2200 national benefit plans that'd like to be your health and life insurance agency for a lifetime. So, you're having a baby. Your first thought is, oh boy. Your second thought is, oh boy. Diapers, savings, nursery, college. Life is full of surprises. Good thing there's a full-service bank to help you make the most of each. From online banking to college planning advisors, at Comerica, every account comes with the tools, knowledge, and one-on-one support you need every step of the way. That's full-service banking, only at Comerica Bank. Raising expectations since 1849. Learn more at Comerica.com. Member FDIC.
Your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers present the Ford Technology Tour. See the latest technologies developed by Ford. Visit FordTechnologyTour.com for a list of participating dealerships. Sign up now and come anytime between 4 and 8 p.m. Wednesday, August 14th to Hines Park Ford in New Hudson.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Michael Furrow of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
Student safety affects us all, and you can make a difference using OK to Say.
OK to Say is an easy and confidential way for Michigan students to report anything that threatens their safety or the safety of others.
If you see or hear something that doesn't seem right, you can submit a confidential tip using the OK to Say mobile app.
Or you can submit by text, email, the OK to Say website, or call 8555 OK to Say.
Protect yourself and others by using OK to Say, because if you won't, who will?
This message sponsored by OK to Say and MAB. The Detroit Tigers host the Seattle Mariners this week at Comerica Park. At 97.1 The Ticket Street Team will be at Gate 8 before the games. Scott the Gator Anderson and John Jansen broadcast live Thursday starting at 10 a.m. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit Tigers.com for your tickets to any Tigers home game.
Hi, honey.
Hello.
I'm gonna be a stinky, stinky mama when you get home. I brushed my teeth and washed my face, but I still haven't showered. I've been on the phone with Julia. It's so hot.
It is, man. Frickin' I thought
I
it was
know.
supposed to be cooler today.
I know. It's so friggin' hot. I'm sitting out in the garage drinking a cup of coffee, too.
Truck says it's 88 degrees.
Yeah, it's hot.
That's sun.
Anyways. I bet. You must be sweating your ass off.
I am.
Are you guys heading back?
Yeah.
Good.
Just
Where you at?
Way downtown.
Oh. Well, apparently the bank has decided that Julia and Cameron owe that $1,500. They said that they looked at it, their claims department, and they say that he's responsible for the money. And now they owe it again. So Cameron, I've been talking to Julia, she's been sobbing and sobbing and sobbing. I have trouble understanding her. Cameron had gone to the bank, and I was like, well, maybe if he goes in and talks to somebody, then maybe they'll help. Because when they call, they're just getting like bank tellers, and people...
Yeah. He's not back yet?
No, he just got back. I just hung up with Julia. Dude, I'm fucking I feel like I'm gonna get a migraine again.
Lay down. Take your aspirins.
I just took some aspirin. I took a Naperson. I'm trying, baby. I'm trying. The coffee's supposed to help a headache, too. It's so fucking hot outside, though. I'm not watering the flowers. But we had a monsoon last night.
Yeah.
My mom said they got no rain. I talked to her before I talked to Julia. I haven't been able to get anything done other than the dishwasher emptied.
I'm not sure.
No.
I think we're near Annie's somewhere.
Yes, I'll tell you. Let's see. Oh my God, you're only 2 miles from here.
Close.
Let's see. Hour drive. You're in Detroit.
Yeah, I know I was in Detroit. I wasn't. It just looks like
You're 2 miles away from Annie. 3 miles, I mean.
Pastor.
I really don't notice that. I don't know how to read a map. I honestly don't. I mean, I probably could if I had to. But I'm having a severe bathroom problem today. So I figured, fuck it. I'm not even going to take a shower. I'm using my bidet.
Oh, that'll be nice on the video.
Hey, it's better than not using a bidet.
It's true.
Alright, I'll let you guys go. I forgot Ricky might be taping.
That's alright. We'll see you.
Okay. Love ya.
Love you.
Bye.
Write about things, but we haven't really done any of that yet today. Well, you can't. Well, Michigan, it's a cult. Listen, that's the best part. It's like they don't realize it's all promotion. I don't care what you do. I get paid every 2 weeks. Do whatever you want. I think it's hilarious when Sully's like, oh my God, look at this. This is going like wildfire on social media. Right?
Let me tell you, I just checked my Twitter and this has really been blowing up.
I'm sorry. It's been a rough day. We did a podcast taping earlier and he was the centerpiece of it.
Oh, of course.
Listen, I'm not going to get into it on
I
there.
respect all the music and movies you guys listen,
You just
to.
don't watch it.
But I do,
I don't have any depth.
I think it's more of you guys having so much of a catalog of music and movies that you've seen, and I don't have. It's not that I haven't seen any classic movies or listened to any classic music, but you guys just are on a whole other level with it.
Hey, you go ahead quickly and then I want to get to the
The
people.
only way to get a catalog is to listen and watch that stuff. You
That's right.
have to go back in time to watch stuff. Music I love is from the 50s and 60s. I go back to listen to that stuff. I'm not gonna, you have to do that, Sonny. That's what you have.
I'm just making a point. Sully is kind of the buffer. Sully is the president for the young people who listen to this show. There's no reason that I should be more hip to things than Sully. This guy, he just refuses to celebrate the past.
Well, no, it's not necessarily being hip. It's knowing all the. I don't listen to like Dean Martin, one of your favorite artists.
No,
or,
that is not. That's my dad.
Well,
No, today's conversation was I was pumped up that Tool put their entire catalog on digital, finally. And they're on Spotify. They're one of the great metal bands of all time. So many of today's musicians have been influenced by Tool. Tool also dropping a new album August 30th. Maynard's one of the great frontmen in history. You couldn't name a single song.
No,
That
but
doesn't
you
make any
guys,
sense to me.
you guys act like I totally just rip on these artists. I respect the music they've done. I just don't. It's just not the music I listen to.
You don't listen to none of them. You don't
But again,
watch
I
none
could
of
go on my Spotify and there would be
I don't
Bon
respect
Jovi
a
and
man-
Aerosmith on there.
I don't respect a man who hasn't watched The Wire. I don't respect a man who hasn't watched Sopranos. I don't respect
I have seen plenty of
you.
Sopranos.
You haven't watched it start to finish. True or
No,
false?
I have not.
Then you haven't seen it.
But
It requires complete attention.
But that's anecdotal though, because I can point to plenty of movies, whether it's Rounders Casino, whether it's
You came on the air and called it that casino movie. I'm
Shawshank.
supposed to
I mean,
respect that?
there's plenty of classic movies that I've seen. The Departed. I mean, my God, Jaws. I mean, all these.
Jaws.
No,
A real classic.
no movies on like classic movie list that I've seen.
If you don't get on Succession, you're off the show.
No, I have told you that looks good. I was
You're
just
off
finishing
the
up the
show.
Central Park 5 one you recommended.
Succession is incredible television. Incredible. I wish that old man was my co-host. Love it.
It's about Media Family or something.
Oh,
I
please.
saw a promo the other day.
Yeah, I could say something, but I won't. We'll go to Don 97.1. Don, how are you?
Hey guys, what's up?
What's the
I agree with your assessment of Todd Gurley, Drew Brees, and Tom Brady, but I have one for you that may be surprised. And to me, it's an obvious answer who will have a big decline is Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
And the reason I say that is I had Hunt last year. Hunt had 14 touchdowns in his 11 games. And as soon as he went down, Patrick Mahomes' numbers went down. And I did some studying because obviously the first round pick, you have to think about somebody like Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes threw for 30 37 touchdowns in his first 11 games. After Hunt went away, he only threw for 13, which was a pretty severe decline. And then his yards per game were 325 yards per game. With Hunt, without Hunt, they went down to 260 per game. And his percentage went down to 69 to 62%.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is going to have a lesser year this year, but he still may be a top 3 quarterback.
No, I agree, but when you go back to Peyton Manning, if you pull up Manning's best year, it's the same thing. Regression is coming for you. Now, that can still make you the best quarterback in the game, but the idea that Mahomes is going to put up back-to-back 50-touchdown seasons with essentially 10 interceptions, I think it's a statistical impossibility. So when you say he's going to have a down year, I think you're factually correct. I don't think he'll be better than 66%. I don't think he'll be north of 5,000 yards, and I don't think he'll be at 50 touchdowns.
No, I think you're looking at 38, 37.
And he could still be the best QB in football. But if he duplicates that year, we're talking about one of the all-time greats. I mean, go back through history, and Don, it's a great point. Go back and look at Dan Marino 1984, and then what he did the next year. Go back and look at Peyton Manning back in 12 or 13, whatever it was, when he first got to the Broncos, and then look what he did the next year. You have an all-time season, you don't duplicate. And it's also the reason why I think Stafford is the reverse of it. Stafford had such a bad year last year, there's no way he's that bad again. He has positive regression. 248-539-9797. I gotta get to this one. This is a great selection right here, and I happen to agree with it. Adam's on a cell. Go ahead, bud.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Excellent.
All right. Well, this has nothing to do with the fact that he has Detroit ties. I wish him well. I want his career to do well. But there's no way Eric Ebron has the year that he had last year.
Agreed.
He has Jack Doyle in front of him, who got hurt last year, and now he's going to be getting touches. They brought in Devin Funches, Paris Campbell, there's still T.Y. Hilton, and Chester Rogers. He's not getting those touchdowns, and he was touchdown driven last year. You can't live as a touchdown driven player for multiple years. He didn't get the yards; they were all just touchdowns. So he's had a great season. No one can deny last year that he did not have a great season, but he's not going to come back and have a repeat season this year.
No, I agree totally. You know what's interesting with Ebron, too? When you talk about how he's going to see less targets. Now, last year, he had a career high in targets. Detroit is 4 years, 47, 70, 85, and 86, right? But when you look at Ebron last year, he received 110 targets. Now, we know that number is going to be lower, right? The interesting part is he's an incredibly low efficiency receiver. On 110 targets, he only caught 66 balls. If you're not efficient and your target share is going to go down, I agree with you, because on 66 receptions, he had 13 touchdowns. That is completely and utterly unsustainable. You know what, Adam? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen here. We're going to go back to talking about Eric Ebron being a lousy football player. Watch.
And it's nothing about him being in Detroit. He had a great season, and no one can deny that. But he's going to those targets that he was getting, he's not going to be seeing anywhere near that. He might be closer to what he was seeing in Detroit.
He caught a touchdown. He caught a touchdown on 20% of his receptions. That is asinine. It will never be possible. I mean, think about it. When Jack Doyle's in the lineup, he got about 3 targets a game. Doyle out of the lineup, about 9. Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Eric Ebron is going to have a lousy year. With you. That's before you talk about Paris Campbell. And before you talk about Devin Funches, who stinks, but they signed him. So be it. 248-539-9797. Get to the people. 3:30. What do we got at 3:30, Mikey? The
over-unders for quarterbacks this season in the NFL.
All right.
You have to pick one way or the other.
That sounds like a headache. When Big Power is at it, they're at it, and generally you lose. You're messing around with flashlights and candles during storms. I mean, last night they had you thinking the power was going to go out. Just go solar. Stop worrying about any of it. Power Home Solar. Make it easy to switch to solar by hooking you up with battery storage for your installation. No more searching for a flashlight when Big Power tries to leave you in the dark. Own your power. Don't rent it.
Solar, #1 residential solar provider in the state and the top solar installation companies in the nation. Power Home installs American-made panels. 30-year warranty. You can own your power and not just rent it from the power company. Official partner of the Lions. They've installed solar panels at Ford Field and Allen Park. They want to build a movement towards cleaner, greener energy. You want to see if it's right for you, go to PowerHome.com. That's PowerHome.com or give them a call today, 1-800-SOLAR-15. That's 1-800-SOLAR-15. Schedule your free solar consultation today. Don't rent your power, own it. Help from Power Home Solar.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay today at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
This is Roberta Jacina. Isn't it amazing to think about all the things we learned in school that we never used again? But what about the really important stuff our classes didn't cover, like proper financial know-how? Bank of America has you covered with tips on saving and budgeting and all the better money habits needed to reach your goals, whether you're planning for a big purchase or for your future. Bank of America is there to guide you. I know because I've been a Bank of America customer for over 20 years. What would you like the power to do? Take the next step today and learn more at bankofamerica.com.
A message from one of the co-founders of ADAM, the American Divorce Association for Men.
Going through a divorce is tough, but it's even more difficult when your attorney is not answering your questions or returning your phone calls promptly. At ADAM, we realize you're under enough stress already. You don't need to deal with an attorney who won't respond to you in a timely manner. Call ADAM at 248-356-ADAM and we can answer all of your questions. We take pride in responding to our clients' calls and emails on the day they are received. At ADAM, if you don't receive a response within 24 hours, you will not be charged for what we consider our delay. Additionally, as your case progresses, you will receive copies of the documents and correspondence generated by your case, as well as a monthly itemized statement of the work we have performed. No mysteries, no surprises. We know how important communication between lawyer and client is to the success of your case. Be smart, understand the law before you take action. Call Adam at 248-356-ADAM. That's 248-356-2326, or on the web at adamdivorcelaw.com.
When is a Staples store more than a store? When it's the Staples Back to School Block Party.
And everyone's invited.
August 17th and 18th, save 20% on school supplies.
As a parent, I get everything my kids need, plus there's games, raffles, and prizes.
And as teachers, we get classroom necessities at great prices.
Yeah, I just love thinking about school in the summer. Mention this ad during checkout to get your 20% discount. Staples, back to school and beyond. In-store only, valid August 17th and 18th. See store for details. Restrictions apply while supplies last.
What do you call a truly great beer that's brewed with more taste? Only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs? We call it Miller Lite. What are you holding? Miller Lite. Hold true. Great beer, great responsibility. 2018 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Average analysis 12 fluid ounces, less than 1 gram protein and 0 grams fat. Help Mother Waddles to help those in need by donating your car. Your car donation to Mother Waddles will provide food and shelter to the poorest of the poor. Call Mother Waddles today and change a life. Call 313-WADDLES. Is your bank, brokerage, or insurance company trying to sell you an annuity? Don't do it. They have very limited access to the highest rates available. You need solutions, not someone pitching you a product. Join Joe Uplegger for the Save Money and Income radio show right here on the Ticket, Sundays from 7 to 8 a.m. If you can't say it loud and proud, at least say it loud.
All right, coming up at 3:30, we'll get the quarterback over-unders. I've also got a little bit of news for you this segment, but first, let me take care of the ticket texts that are coming in. Cam Newton never going to bounce back, always injured, way too inconsistent. Mike, has Sully seen the movie Swingers?
A long time ago, I believe. I think I was part of my film class in high school.
That doesn't sound like a lie at all, does it, David? Yeah, I saw it in a film. What film class do you watch Swingers?
Maybe that was the Graduate. Never mind, that's what I was thinking of.
Wow. Sully talking about the movies he's watched sounds like a white guy talking about the black friends that he has. It's from There's Clarence down at the barber shop. Succession's phenomenal. Glad you're telling the masses to watch it. The unlikability of all those characters is the real marvel.
Oh, hell yeah. It's great. I was just thinking about that. That text hit the nail on the head for me because everyone on that show is so nails on a chalkboard for me. They drive me crazy.
It's like this office.
But yeah, I go back. Just like it. Especially the Kieran Culkin. What was his name?
Romulus.
Oh, Roman. So bad.
What, like any of the kids are likable?
So unlike.
What, you think Kendall's likable? You gotta punch him in the face.
He's like a robot.
Oh, okay.
He's like a robot who loves cocaine.
Sounds like you could have loaned him real well. Oh, it's a great show. I talk about it with Sully, but it's another on the list he doesn't watch.
Gotta get it.
Yeah. When I'm done with the show, and then we can't talk about it. Go to Ben, 97. What's up, Ben?
No, I was going to bring up that Michael Thomas, I think, is going to have it down here. I mean, he got his big contract. I don't think there's a reason for him to strive to be the best anymore. And in part with Davidson Humphries having a down year and giving it all more to Colin Kamara and bringing the keys down to Michael Thomas.
See, I think it's interesting. You know, Michael Thomas is such a high-volume receiver. It's hard for him to have a bad year. Like, I think Breeze can decline, but Thomas could still get his numbers. Like, think about a guy who walked into the league. Here's his 3 seasons. Catches, 92, 104, 125. He gets such an enormous amount of targets. He can get his numbers even though his quarterback may falter outside of that. I don't know. I kind of just look at Thomas as automatic. That's me. I mean, listen, we're gonna find out. It's not a terrible opinion. It's just, but Breeze's numbers to me clearly aren't going to be the same. It's just such a bulk of his numbers are going to be with Thomas. You imagine you draft a receiver and in 3 years he has caught 321 passes. Jesus. My God, what a draft pick Michael Thomas was. Unbelievable. I got a little breaking news for you. I don't think it warrants a sounder, though. You do with it what you want, but I think when teams do this, you're guaranteeing yourself at least 4 or 5 losses. Arizona State has named a true freshman as their quarterback. Jaden Daniels has been named the starting quarterback at Arizona State. That's game 3 for Michigan State. Big-time recruit, number 4. He's a 4-star quarterback, dual-threat quarterback. Number 2 dual-threat quarterback was being recruited by the likes of Alabama, Georgia, etc. Ends up at Arizona State. Oh, okay. Here's the point. Am I wrong in looking at that decision by Herm Edwards and basically saying, wow, you just guaranteed a loss? Like at least us. You're going to put a true freshman out there against our defense? He ain't ever seen something like that. Now, he can be unbelievably talented. He can be a badass. A certified badass. He could end up a freshman All-American. You're going to go on the road to one of the 5 best defenses in the country within the first 3 weeks of being a college quarterback. I'm going to tell you, you're dead. Am I wrong for feeling good about that, or should I be scared of this kid because of who he got recruited by?
That's so tough. It's so ridiculously difficult to be a freshman quarterback and come in and just be expected to light it up. Not everyone's Trevor Lawrence, you know? You can't just be having that expectation.
Trevor Lawrence was a generational recruit.
Right, that's what I mean.
People talked about him in the... Hey, listen, you want to put a freshman out there? God bless. I just think unless... You better be... I don't even know. How many freshman quarterbacks do you think are even remotely capable of playing high-level college football from day one?
It's such a small percentage. But then again, we saw, what was it yesterday? Tate Martell lost his starting job in Miami to some freshman as well. I forget if that was a true freshman.
Yeah, but don't you think that's more about... And I think it's redshirt down at Miami, but check. But Tate Martell's just not good. I mean, think about it. When they brought him in at the goal line and didn't trust him to throw a pass, didn't that kind of just tell you everything you needed to know? One play pass and Tate Martell would have thrown it to a wide open tight end. Nah. Tate Martell stinks. That's all this is. He stinks. It's part of the folly with some of the quarterback recruiting rankings when half of the 5-star kids end up being terrible and they transfer and they're no good. Who was the Alabama kid who went out to Arizona State and he couldn't win the job? Bateman or whatever his name was. The 5-star recruit. couldn't hack it at Bama, went to Arizona State, oops, couldn't win the job. I don't know, man. Like, I just kind of wait to see what the deal is. And you got to play. And I'm not telling you this kid can't be good. I'm just telling you, am I wrong as a Spartan fan? I look at that and I go, oh, man, our defense will be salivating. He has never seen what's going to come in. Never. And when it's your baptism by fire, it's going to take a unicorn to survive that. So maybe this kid's special. When you go up there, his body ain't ready to play college football. You're not going to convince me that one winter conditioning early enrollee is going to get him ready. To me, you want to be a big-time college quarterback, you better weigh north of 200 pounds. You pull up the kid's profile, is at 175. They're going to rip this kid limb from limb. And that'll mean the Spartans win 6-3. Because our offense is a total embarrassment.
I know we kind of had the debate yesterday when Wojo came in, but...
What debate?
I think there's... I mean, Michigan State's defense is going to have another very good year. I don't think that is some hot take. Maybe it's more of an obvious take.
No, Bob doesn't know what he's talking about. That's really what it comes down to. Bob's good for a laugh, he's a fun guy, but when it comes down to actual football, you don't know what he's talking about. Oh, the Spartans need to do A, B, and C because the turnover margin was... Hey, Bob, the offense turned it over 22 times last year. You ever think that that's probably part of the reason? They'd be plus 13, plus 14 if the offense did their job. It's not on the defense to force 38 turnovers. It's not. Oh, but they didn't get enough sacks. You know what part of the problem is? When you're on the field for 70 snaps because your offense goes 3 and out, 3 and out, 6 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, interception, 3 and out, 3 and out, tripped over own penis, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Dude, you're gassed. It's just, to me, it was a dumb take by Bob. It was just dumb. It is what it is.
Well, and as we talked about, even if Michigan State can get to a top 70, 80 in offense, it would go such a long way compared to even looking at their schedule last year and how many games they lost.
If this offense is not at least average by any stretch of the imagination, points per game, yards per game, points per possession, whatever it may be, if they are not at least average this year, it is a black mark on D'Antonio's legacy. To anyone who's paying attention, he will go down with the most wins. He will go down as the best coach in school history. All of that is undebatable. But what he will have done his last couple of years here, allowing the offense to fall into this, if he doesn't fix it, he will have wasted 2 of the 3 best defenses he ever had, and he will go out with a whimper on what was an amazing career. It will be a mark on him, no one else. Him, as he protected his friends. So it's on them. We'll all find out August 30th. And if they don't go out and drop 45 on Tulsa, or look semi-functional, or go out and look functional on a week-in, week-out basis, help this defense out a little bit, he should be gone. Period.
And do not run the football every single first down next season. That's the one thing that I'm going to be watching for this year. And whenever it was 1st and 10, they always
I don't care what they do with the ball, provided it looks competent. No short side jet sweep. How about screens that work?
I'm just saying it's not against the rules to throw on 1st down.
Mike, it's not against the rules to get 5 yards on 1st down. Line up and smash. You're going against inferior opponents? Smash them. 97-1.
Well, voters have spoken over Greektown Casino. Listeners on what you'd rather see next over at Greektown, thousands spoke out and said a blackjack tournament. That's right. Now, we've done poker tournaments in the past. They've been a lot of fun, but this time a blackjack tournament is going to be going on at Greektown in November. It's going to be great. I've never played one. You don't really see these too often, so that should be fun. And also, this fall, you're doing sports trivia again every week at Greektown. Now, it was Monday night last year, but it's going to be every Thursday night throughout football season this upcoming fall. Greektown Casino will keep you posted on the exact date for that blackjack tournament in November. It's going to be a Friday night, though. And of course, remember, when you're at Greektown Casino, you must be at least 21 years old to gamble.
97.1 on a ticket.
This report brought to you by Henry Ford College. Look out for a disabled vehicle blocking only that left shoulder, 75 northbound at the very top of the Rouge River Bridge. Also an accident reported in Chesterfield Township, Gratiot Avenue at 21 Mile. Have you ever thought maybe it's time to make a move for the future you've always wanted? It's not too late to go back to school to get on track to a new career. Henry Ford College will help you find the right program and help you afford it. A new semester starts soon. Drive your future at Henry Ford College. Visit hfcc.edu.
happens to it after you leave the store, even if it's not your fault, like if it's a flash hailstorm's fault. Or if it's a bee in your car's fault. Go, get out of here. Or even if it is your fault for taking song lyrics entirely too literally. You must ask for this limited time carry-out offer. Prices and participation may vary. Insurance coverage for this promotion applies exclusively to Domino's Pizza LLC, its affiliates, and franchisees. Restrictions apply. See Domino's.com.
Spilled your pina colada? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills and messes quicker. And is 2 times more absorbent than the leading ordinary brand. So you can get back to getting caught in the rain. This hour of the Mike Valenti Show is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Plants capture CO2. What if we could help industrial plants capture it too? Think how we could help lower emissions. More and more scientists think carbon capture is key to reducing CO2 emissions globally. It's one way ExxonMobil is helping industrial plants be more like plants. That's the unexpected energy of ExxonMobil.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm a dog person.
I'm Clara, and I'm a cat person.
As a dog person, I wear box for dogs from Skechers because with every pair sold, Skechers makes a donation to the Petco Foundation to help save sheltered dogs.
As a cat person, I wear Bobs because they've already saved over 240,000 sheltered pets, including cats.
But I like that you can find Bobs at over 600 Petco stores.
I prefer to buy them online at Skechers.com.
Let's just agree that we both like Bobs.
Agreed.
Bobs for dogs from Skechers. Available at Petco, Skechers, and wherever stylish shoes are sold.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1. Lions are back on the practice field today for a brief workout before they left for Houston. There's a little bit of joint workout with the Texans tomorrow. Elsewhere in the league, though, Raiders wideout Antonio Brown looking for fan help to find the same make of his current helmet, produced in 2010 or later, so that it falls into the league's new safety guidelines. The problem, though, the helmet design discontinued 8 years ago. Tigers in action tonight. They're opening up a 3-game series with the Mariners downtown. Matthew Boyd against Yusei Kikuchi. We'll have it for you right here on the ticket at 7:10. Ryan Wollingmore 4 and 97.1 theticket.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
Well, you know what? David, Roberto, I have some interesting news. We're going to get to the NFL thing 3:45. I need to delay this. I'm going to read you these ticket texts, but David, I think this company may have actually made an interesting hire. More on that in a second. Yeah, more on that in a moment. My God, I can't wait for the true freshman to put up 400 yards and 30 points on that top 5 defense in quotation marks. Can I ask a question? Like, I get that you don't like Michigan State and you're a Michigan fan, but do you have any credible points you could make that MSU doesn't have a top 5 defense? I'm just asking. Like, when you use quotation marks on top 5 defense, I get it, you're being smarmy, but where is MSU not a top 5 D? I'm asking for a friend. Help me.
I mean, they'd certainly be up there. There's no argument.
Even if they're not top 5, are they top 10? I mean, like, sure, find me a publication that doesn't suggest MSU has an elite defense.
They returned a lot of players. They're great last year.
See, that, you know what, that's the funny part.
I don't see many Michigan fans ripping MSU's defense.
No, but that's the funny part with Michigan fans. They can't let anything slide. They can't just admit, you know what, we hate them, but they have a good X. They just can't do it. Can't do it. It's like in their mainframe. How would you rank the following? Nick Chubb, Nixon, Cook. I'd rank them in that exact order. What kind of year do you think Ziggy Ansah will have with the Seahawks? He'll probably go insane, end up with 13 sacks, and then sign a big money deal because he's healthy. Adam Thielen's on pace for a bad year. Yeah, I was reading an interesting article about that once they made the offensive coordinator
switch from DiFilippo to Stefanski, he basically didn't get targeted. He wasn't a part of the offense. Really, really interesting stuff there. David and Roberto, this is big. You know, we've been making fun of Sully about, 26, doesn't have depth, doesn't watch the things we want him to watch. He's not vibing with some of the all-time classics. David, this company's just hired an old person for when Sully's not here. Are you aware of this? I was just talking with our program.
Yeah, I've been made aware.
We just hired our very own Ross Buckingham.
Yeah.
We hired like a 60-year-old board op who, when Sully's not here, Lord knows Sully's got more vacation time than me. When Sully's not here, we're going to have the old guy with us.
That's the old guy, not the voice.
I once did some light summer stock.
I'm just going to leave my comments about this.
No, David, this is incredible. We're going to be able to talk to this guy about what World War II was like.
It's incredible, all right.
Roberto!
He is that old, isn't he?
How old is this guy? He comes on the show. You know what the show open's going to be. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in, one and all, to a radio spectacular.
I'd love to talk to him.
Well, no.
He's board hopping.
We have
talk to Zero.
I was told his name is Jim Reed. It's a regal radio name. So, Sully, when you're not here, we've hired someone who's more than double your age. I guarantee he's watched The Sopranos. Guarantee I could have a little conversation about some 90s music and movies.
I've watched plenty of this stuff. All right, we get it.
Again, Roberto, that ticket text you sent me, it's very true. Sully sounds like the white guy trying to convince you he has black friends. All right, settle down. I've watched this.
I don't know what you guys want me to say.
I was nice to the black parking attendant, okay?
Let's bring race into it for no reason. Thanks, Roberto.
Roberto, get me some intel on Jim Reed. I want to know who's filling in for Sully. This is exciting. I can't wait. Now here's my second question. No, listen, I don't care. It's just kind of intriguing. Who's the oldest board up we got? No, besides him. Like, I'm saying before we hired this guy who's like 60, who's the oldest?
Well, there's Chuck, but he doesn't actually work on this board.
No.
Okay,
This board. Chuck's the wartime consigliere.
Oh, no, Gunny's older.
I'm so confused what's happening.
I don't know. I would say Gunny.
This is incredible. Well, I can't wait to meet him.
I mean, he has the oldest children.
This is amazing. This is incredible. So, Sully, listen. Our concerns with you, apparently, through the cosmos, have been addressed.
Your concerns. No one else has an issue but you.
I think Roberto and David have the same concern.
I try to just stay out of the way. Have a fun time, talk to all you guys, hang out. And I just get ripped for no reason about I haven't seen the same movies or like the same music as you guys. Enough. My God. You can't do anything right around here.
You could improve.
No one is right in their tastes or wrong in their tastes.
I respect the music you guys listen to.
No, but Roberto,
subjective.
Roberto, here's the key in all this. I think he's creating a straw man for himself. This is about, you are the producer of a high-powered radio program, very successful radio program.
Sports show, yes.
But here's the key.
I watch plenty of them.
What do sports fans like? We like movies, we like TV, we like music. Because what do we like when our teams blow? I mean insufferably blow. Like our teams locally, we like TV and movies and music. And food and clothes and cars. My point is, it is your job to have the necessary depth to participate in this conversation.
What is Sully allowed to do that you don't have to approve of anything?
He do whatever the hell he wants. I just don't understand how he's missed out. By age 26, you had seen the stuff that came before you. True or false? So what's his issue?
It's a different time.
What is that? Why? What do you think it is? David, hold on. You seem as vexed by that as I am. Our next producer, who's apparently 70 and was personal friends with Moses, personal friends with Napoleon Bonaparte. Jimmy Powers told me he was actually in the development with Marconi in the invention of radio. Jimmy said that, yeah, I brought him on. He reminded me a lot of my father. I thought it would be a good one. I was watching Patton last night, so I decided someone who reminded me of Patton. Oh, my Lord. All right, now listen to me. Why do you think this generation's different? There's too many other things going on. Too much sexting. You have that. Yeah. Social media. Remember, there was only movies and listening to music. That was it. And food and clothes. David, your thoughts, and then we'll move on. I know Sully's very sensitive to this.
About the social media thing, but how do you get some references that come up on social media?
Well, there's the key. I make references. You two laugh. He's looking at me like, the hell's what's this guy's problem?
And I haven't seen everything you've seen, but I've seen
I give you
a lot of it.
I give you 2/3. Roberto's in the 98th percentile. Sully's in like the 10th percentile.
And that doesn't mean I like it. I've seen it though.
That's the key, because then you can rip it. Then you can say this movie blows. You're a jerk. Sully thinks I care if he likes any of this crap. I don't. Thank you. I'm sure those thoughts are appreciated.
We need to have a film festival.
Listen, it's fine. I cannot wait. Our next Sully's fill-in board-up was actually an extra in the filming of Ben-Hur. Amazing. Suburban Cadillac of Troy. Attention GM employees and eligible family members. Now is the time to take advantage of the exceptional lease offers. The 2019 Cadillac XT5. Luxury, front-wheel drive, sporty, versatile, stylish, 5-star safety rating. Got sunroof, 5 blind zone alert, front and rear park assist, and more. Lease the XT5 crossover from Suburban Troy Motor Mall. $299 a month, 39 months. No security deposit required. That's it. That's all. $299 a month. Suburban Cadillac of Troy, beautiful facility, Maple Lawn Curve, or as Boat Guy says, the beautiful, beautiful facility. Or you can check them out online, suburbancadillacoftroy.com. Either way, the deal on the XT5 won't be around long. Take advantage before it's too late. It's Suburban Cadillac of Troy.
At Huntington, we're for people, the underdogs, the pioneers. We're for the players, the slow and steadies, for who they are and who they can become. We're for people, all people. Huntington, welcome.
This CBS Sports Minute is brought to you by North Bloomfield Properties.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. People lost their minds when they saw the report that Dak Prescott reportedly turned down $30 million a year. We don't know if that's true or not, but if people were upset about that, you can only imagine how upset they were when they heard another report that the reason he turned down $30 million a year is because he wants $40 million a year. I don't know whether or not that's true. But to this point of what Dak does or does not deserve, what a quarterback gets paid has less to do with what they've done and more to do with when they're getting paid. It's less about greatness, it's more about timing. Are Kirk Cousins and Jimmy Garoppolo, are any of them better than Tom Brady? Being paid is about where the market is when it's time for a new deal. You can already hear a bunch of you saying that Dak Prescott is not a franchise quarterback. He is Kirk Cousins. Quarterbacks get paid, especially when it's their time. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I'm Jim Rome.
Napa know-how. At Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care Centers, get a $25 prepaid Visa card when you get any Napa automotive battery. It's the best deal for some of the best batteries from some of the best car people around. But we might be a little partial. Anywho, pick up any Napa automotive battery and save $25. Do it yourself or have it done for you. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores and Napa Auto Care Centers. While supplies last. Offer ends April 19th.
If you're a pro, you buy big. And when you buy big, you save big at the Home Depot. With pro bulk pricing on plywood, decking, fencing. Buy it online and pick it up
have to live with. Trust Doctors Barry Tesler and Aronovitz, the hair restoration experts with over 30 years of experience working with the very latest treatments and technologies. And now Doctors Barry Tesler and Aronovitz are the exclusive providers of the ARTAS robotic-assisted hair transplantation procedure in the Greater Detroit area. With the ARTAS technology, Dr. Ollie Berry can restore your hair in a minimally invasive procedure, giving you the thickness and hairline you want. It requires no stitches, leaves no linear scar, has a quick recovery, and most importantly, the results are exceptionally natural looking. Dr. Berry will personally meet with you for honest and realistic options and recommendations to restore your hair. It's called ARTAS. It's for both men and women, and it's state-of-the-art in hair restoration. Call Doctors Barry Tesler and Aronovitz at 248-353-1117 or visit mihairdoc.com. That's mihairdoc.com.
Miller Lite is the light beer brewed for all Lions fans. Every face painting, spicy chili cooking, cheering until the last down one. Because when it comes to your team and your beer, you never compromise. That's why we brew Miller Lite with great taste and only 96 calories. Miller Lite, hold true. Celebrate responsibly. 2018 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Average analysis: 12 fluid ounces, 96 calories, 3.2 grams carbs, less than 1 gram protein, and 0 grams fat.
The station where you call the shots. Most of the time.
All right, a break from what we got going on, and look at simple. Quarterbacks, performance, over-unders. Sully will spin around the league. What do you got?
Yes, there's 32 of these. One for each team. We'll highlight it here. First, let's start with the Arizona Cardinals. Over under 110 rushing attempts for Kyler Murray this season.
Under. Kyler's a pocket passer with the ability to run, the ability to extend plays, the ability to roll out and throw on the run. I don't think he's a pure runner like Lamar Jackson, and I've never thought that was fair to Kyler Murray. In Cliff Kingsbury's system, he will run, but he is going to get that ball out quick because that offensive line is an atrocity.
Finito. All right, Falcons, over under 4,700 passing yards for Matt Ryan this season.
Under. I think they want to run the football. I think Devontae Freeman's finally healthy. The offensive line is beefed up. And certainly, they're going to be a vertical passing attack based off of play action. But if they have their way, they're going to want to run the football. I will go under there. 5,000 yards, 4,800 yards. Man, you're asking a ton. You got to ask a quarterback to go out and average 320 yards a game. I just don't think that's Matt Ryan. Under.
Double box. Ravens, another rushing one here. Be interesting to see how their offense works this year with Lamar Jackson. Over under 150 rushing attempts for Lamar Jackson. Carry the ball 150 times.
I'll say over. I just don't think there's another way for Lamar Jackson. And unlike Kyler, Lamar is not a polished passer. Part of his allure is his legs. And I think if they really want to make this thing fly and be as explosive as they do, he's got to be a part of it. I'll say over, even though I think it's a surefire way to get him killed.
This one's interesting. Over under 30 total touchdowns for Cam Newton.
I'll go over. I don't think it'll mean he has a great year. I still don't trust him, but I could see 30 touchdowns between his feet and his arm. Curtis Samuels, Greg Olsen back healthy, CMC. They went out and got DJ Moore. I think the weapons are there. I think he's always good for 3, 4, 5 touchdowns on the ground. 25 in the air is not a big ask. I'll say over.
Baker Mayfield, your boy.
Over.
Over 32 passing touchdowns.
Over. What did he have, 30 last year? Over.
Yep.
I mean, give me a break. The kid walked in the door and had a big day. They got Odell Beckham Jr. They got Jarvis Landry. They've got David Njoku. And they've got a rushing attack with Nick Chubb. I also think they've got the ability now to run the whole playbook now that it's year 1 to year 2. I expect greatness from Baker Mayfield. So, no, I'm not calling for 40, but I could see him at 32, 33 TD. Sure.
It's set time! 25 passing touchdowns for Prescott.
Wow.
He's maxed out at 23 touchdowns.
with touchdowns last year where they only had like 6. A guy like Zeke who gets that many carries inside the 10-yard line, you would expect him to go to 10, 11, 13 touchdowns on the ground. Well, that's going to take away from somebody, right? I'm going to say under. I think Dak will have a nice year. I think Dak is Dak. Dak himself had 6 rushing touchdowns last year. Look, the Cowboys are going to run the football. They're not going to play at some fast pace, even though Kellen Moore is going to be a more aggressive play caller. I just don't think Dak is a polished enough passer to get to that 27, 28 touchdown deal.
We might lose our ground. 12 starts for Joe Flacco in Denver.
I'll say over. I don't think Drew Lock is anywhere near ready. And the comments coming out of camp, Lock is just, Vic Fangio has blasted him. He doesn't even know where the ball's going. I just don't think Lock's anywhere ready to go, and Flacco's a veteran presence. So, look, defensive-minded coach, conservative coach, wants to run the ball. I don't see a pathway where Flacco doesn't keep the job for the year.
Okay, 4,000 passing yards for Matt Stafford. 4,000.
Under. I think they're committed to the run. I think they play slow. On average, they take away a possession from the other team a game. They play so slow, they may take away one from themselves. So that, combined with running the ball and conservative and moving the chains, I don't think 4,000 passing yards is in the offing. I think they're more than happy to have Matthew Stafford go for 2.25 every week and just ride it on out.
All right.
3,500, 3,600, 3,700, sure. But I don't think they want Matthew Stafford throwing for 4,000 yards.
Let's combine these next two. Over under 34 total touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers, 34 total touchdowns for Andrew Luck.
I'll say over to both. I think Rodgers is going to have a monstrous year. You know my belief system there. And Andrew Luck, year 2 off the surgery, year 2 in Reich's offense. They've added weapons. It's another year of just everybody getting better together. I think it's over for both. I'm very bullish on both those QBs.
We also have 37 total touchdowns for Mahomes.
Total?
Yep, total touchdowns.
I'll go over slightly. Look, the kid's special. The offensive concept is special. And until or unless I see that Tyreek Hill's not playing, the potential for him to approach 40 total touchdowns is there. I'm apt to bet the over.
Now, Phillip Rivers has thrown for at least 4,300 passing yards in each of the past 4 seasons. The number is 4,200 passing yards for Rivers, over under.
Really, really tough here without knowing Melvin Gordon's status. They've got Hunter Henry. He's back. Keenan Allen's healthy. Mike's a tough number. He's getting up there in years, but without Melvin Gordon's status, I would kind of err on the side of more passing. I'd take the over, but very tepid.
So we have, this one's interesting, 28 passing touchdowns. Combination, Jared Goff and Tom Brady. Over under 28 passing touchdowns.
Total?
Sorry, 28 for Brady, 28 for Goff. Just combining the two.
Brady, I take the under. And Goff, due to my concerns about Gurley and the load management, Goff, maybe I take the over. Brady under for sure. I could easily see a year where Brady's incredibly efficient, throws 26 TDs, 7 picks, and they run the holy hell out of the football. Remember, they got Sony Michel, and they just drafted Damian Harris out of Alabama in the 3rd round. They still have James White for the short passing and another 75 carries on the ground. I really think they want to grind the hell out of people. I will go under on Brady. I'll go over on that.
Benito. Giants, 13 starts. 13 starts for Eli Manning.
Oh, hell. You heard John Mayer today say he hopes that Eli has a great year and Daniel Jones doesn't see the field. I'm going to say under because I think the pressure is going to be so immense. The booing in that stadium is going to be so uncomfortable. And the team the last 2 years has started 1-6 or worse. I don't know who the Giants are beating. This team's going to be out of it. They're going to demand Daniel Jones get on that field. I will take the under for Eli despite John Mara's fantasies.
Perfect one to close with. Over under 33 total touchdowns for Carson Wentz.
Over. I think Carson Wentz is captaining the best offense in football, not in Kansas City. 5 running backs on the depth chart that could play for my team any day of the week. One of the top 3 tight ends in football in Zach Ertz, a diverse wide receiving crew. I love what the Eagles have put together. Howie Roseman does such a good job putting talent around Wentz, and I think Wentz is going to be healthy, and he's going to put it all together. I think he's going to have an MVP caliber season in the NFC.
All Financial made client care top priority. Now, if you're a person who looks at reviews before doing business with someone, like we all do, we all look at reviews before you buy something or before you do business. Take a look at theirs. They have over 750 five-star reviews that just keep pouring in. Their mission, get to 1,000 five-star reviews in 2019. Now, how do they do that? It's by providing VIP service to all their clients with rates lower than ever before in 2019. If you're thinking about doing a project, a summer project, late summer project, or home repairs, call them today. They offer a free 5-minute mortgage review with their home loan experts. That's all it takes, just a free 5-minute phone call, or you can just chat online at davidhallmortgage.com. That's 248-308-5000, or just chat at davidhallmortgage.com.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. 1-800-CALL-SAM. A new accident can be expected within the work zone. I-75 heading southbound at 14 Mile Road. There's also a crash on the left shoulder of 75 northbound at Sashaball. Lodge Freeway heading northbound just after M39 Southfield Freeway. You'll find an accident blocking the center lane. Debris can be expected across the road. One other accident to deal with, this time 75 southbound at Hall Road. I'm Michelle Pena on the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Jamie and Stoney. Mornings. Coming up Wednesday morning at 7:02, we'll play a little hot potato for Pistons tickets. And at 9:35, it's Wednesdays with Woj. Jamie and Stoney. Mornings, 6 to 10.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein. When you need help, you turn to family. Every day we fight for families like yours because we are family. 1-800-CALL-SAM.
Youth vaping is a serious problem. One issue, retail store clerks may fail to check IDs or may sell vapor products in bulk quantities. That's why Juul Labs is working with retailers to deploy point-of-sale technologies that won't allow any sale of Juul products until a valid ID has been scanned, and to prevent bulk sales. Learn more about Juul Labs' efforts to combat youth vaping at juul.com/youth-prevention. Juul Labs, for adult smokers only. Paid for by Juul Labs.
Summer is here, and Matt's got the barbecue out all ready to grill. That's why he trusts Super Poly Grill, so he can enjoy his steak with full confidence. Sounds like there's a party going on, but something's missing. The birthday gal's arrived, and thanks to Polydent, her bright smile is anything but a surprise.
This week at Motown Harley, buy any pre-owned Harley and get a $1,500 gift card. Finance specialist is on site to get you approved. Get a $1,500 gift card with the purchase of any pre-owned Harley at Motown Harley now through Sunday. Gift card can be used for the purchase of a new Harley motorcycle.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Michael Pura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to ndthealth.com.
Parents, do you want to save your child's life? 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check can help. Make the time to have your child checked. Contact the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. Learn more at 971theticket.com. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Sold by MarkC.com. Lions run the practice fields today for a brief workout before they headed down to Houston for the start of joint sessions ahead of Saturday's preseason matchup. And Coach Matt Patricia says working out in the heat will be a good teachable moment for this team this year.
This is another good mental rep for us as far as going down to an environment where maybe it's hot, just like sometimes you're going to go play someplace where it's cold and it's going to rain or there's going to be snow. And in the end, you don't play the weather, you play the other opponent, and you got to try to block all that out. And that's the big part for a lot of our guys to start running, and certainly heat. That'll be the first test for us this year.
Elsewhere in the NFL, Colts quarterback Andrew Luck's been sideline what the team is calling a calf injury, but team owner Jim Irsay telling NFL Radio today he's dealing with a little bone injury, but didn't specify what that meant or where that little bone is. Former Lion and current Giants wideout Golden Tate's also been suspended the first 4 games of the regular season. That's for violating the league's PED policy. Tigers in action tonight. They're opening up a 3-game series with the Mariners down at Comerica Park. Matthew Boyd against Yusei Kikuchi. We'll have it right here on the ticket at 7:10. As Michigan State continues to get ready for the upcoming football season, and Coach Mark D'Antonio on the Big Ten Network talking about what he has seen from the team that's impressed him so far in camp.
I think attitude is probably as big as anything. I think we've come to work really not just at this camp, but really throughout winter workouts and spring ball, and we call our bottom line conditioning program as well. So great leadership, and guys are working every single day, and they're working with purpose.
The team will open the season August 30th at home against Tulsa. From the Ticket Update Desk, Ryan Woolley. For more, go to 971theticket.com.
Ticket text, and then we'll move on to some other business today. No. All right, you know what? This is one of those times it's better I don't read. I think they would just upset Sully, and I don't want to go there. Sully's very sensitive.
No, if people are messing around, that's totally fine. I don't care, I don't. It's clearly I'm the punching bag today, and that's fine, but you guys busting balls because I haven't seen some of the movies and older music. I get it, of course.
Coochie.
Thank you, Ryan.
That came from. So there is a ranking of coaches in the Big Ten. And it's funny because Sully goes, look, if you put your biases aside.
Wrong voice.
Oh. Mike, look, if you put your bias aside, which is impossible for a lot of fans, but we have to do this. Now, 24/7 Sports has done their Big Ten rankings. And look, I think it's inexplicable to me, but this is the subjective nature of rankings. They've put Jim Harbaugh #1 in the Big Ten. Now, they write there will be much debate over the #1 spot now that Urban Meyer is away from the sideline. Most difficult pick in a subjective ranking. No, Harbaugh hasn't yet appeared in a Big Ten title game. And yes, Harbaugh's winless against OSU, but it's hard to argue the point that he hasn't led the Wolverines back to prominence over his 4 years on the sideline, accumulating a 38-14 record. Michigan was a win over the Buckeyes away from playing for a conference title. Right. And I'm a plastic surgery session away from looking like Sylvester Stallone. Why do we do this? See, this is the stupidity of 24/7 Sports. It's like you do all these hypotheticals about how close you got, but didn't get it done. Hey, I was one good job interview from getting a good job. Hey, I was one good test score away from going to Yale. You didn't get the job. You didn't get into Yale. So this is the stupidity of these people. You start out saying how it's subjective, and you start out saying, well, we know our pick is crappy because he hasn't beaten Ohio State and he hasn't gone to the Big Ten title game. And then what do? But it's hard to argue against him having led the Wolverines back to prominence. What type of hyperbolic garbage is that? What's prominence exactly? Being Ohio State's bitch? Is that prominence? That you're a prominent bitch? Is it losing every big game you play? Is that prominence? Is it trying